Hello, I'm Elizabeth and welcome to my channel. I used to be an executive coach and then I retired to the country about 5 years ago and I'm now in my 50s. Today's topic, which is part of my Women's 10-Day Strategy Challenge, is never send a dollar. I was watching the lovely Cody Sanchez the other day and she said something that struck me. Never send a dollar out into the world without it bringing back some of its friends. And I thought, wow, what a strategy. Think about it. Every time you buy something, do you think about your return on investment? In all likelihood, probably not. We might buy an outfit because it's cute, or because we're sad, or bored, or we need a dopamine fix. And our hard-earned cash disappears through our fingers like water. In the UK, women still earn 14.3% less than men in 2024. And the pension gap between the genders in 2024 is even wider, with women having about 31% less in their pensions than men. In a world in which it's more likely that women get discriminated against at work and are less likely to be listened to, the wages that we earn are much harder won than our male counterparts. And we also bear the costly burden of having to be pretty, such as a wardrobe full of clothes, accessories, jewellery, makeup and skincare, not to mention the pink tax. Marketing understands this drive to make women consume, and we are prodded with ideas of low self-esteem, which prompt us to continue this cycle. The alternative message is usually sold as stop buying. But what if we looked at it differently? What if we thought about our money as stepping stones to get us across the game board and out of the game altogether? Let me give you one example. In money saving circles, one of the things you were exhorted to do was to stop buying that daily cup of coffee. The advice was, if you stop spending money on that daily cup of coffee, you could use it to save or invest. Things that would give you a more secure future in the long term. It's hard to see into the mists of the long term though. The long term doesn't sound fun. So there was a backlash against this idea. Gurus were now saying, well, there's no point in you not having that daily cup of coffee because the pocket change isn't going to make you rich, that you would save. And although that's true, there is a better way of looking at it. If I send my £5, $8, whatever, into the world to buy coffee, will it bring back more of its friends with it? Because if it doesn't, it's a loss. So what should you spend your money on? Things which move you closer to getting off the treadmill, out of the rat race, and into a position to edge you closer to independence, where you call the shots. You could, for example, save that money and use it to buy an elevated piece such as a wool coat. It will last 10 years, which is good for cost per wear. And it could also get you better treatment, including a better boyfriend, or even that promotion, because now you will look the part. And I bet you don't believe me. So in England, there are portraits of the great and good painted in Elizabethan time in our museums. They're wearing sumptuous velvets and studded with jewels. What the portrait doesn't tell you is that this outfit may be one of a couple, maybe even the only one that they owned. These outfits were so expensive that they could bankrupt a person, but they were seen as necessary to gain access to court and be in proximity to Queen Elizabeth in order to gain land, titles, and a good marriage. This is how you need to see your money and how it's working for you, not just in the banking and savings sphere, but everywhere. Money means freedom, and the absence of it means you have to do more of what you don't want to do and put up with behaviours you don't want to put up with for longer than necessary. I'm going to get a lot of hate in the comments, but I want to give another example. There's a really good little example of something that for me illustrates the point, and that is nail art. Women spend money every month to get this done, and a lot of it looks like a craft project gone wrong. Who is this trying to impress? What is it bringing you? It won't impress a potential boss or a high value partner. So think about why you're doing it. Because it's pretty, because you're doing it for you. If you're spending money that has no real benefit for you, then you're not doing it for you. Nail art is a fad that wasn't around 15 years ago and will pass us by in a few years, and the fad will move to something else. If it doesn't look elevated, then it won't have the effect of elevating you. In my last talk, I shared the principle of loving what is good for you. Painted nails can elevate you, so why not choose something that will look classier and make you look polished? Instead of looking like you don't care about some of the workers in these nail salons who have to breathe in this stuff all day long. I hope you see the difference between this example and the last. It's just one example of many I could probably choose. I hope you get my point. In these uncertain times, every gesture matters, and every pound, euro or dollar or whatever currency your country has matters, and it matters more to you than it does to men. So spend wisely and climb. Thank you for listening. Let me know in the comments of your own ideas in terms of what your bugbears are which aren't elevating your sisters, what things you've spent money on which have brought rewards back to you. For me, it was a £70 red dress which changed my life completely, and I now live a lifestyle I never thought was possible. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you next time.